finally, I want to look at entry and exit decisions by this perfectly competitive firm in the long run equilibrium. So what we already know is that here's my perfectly competitive firm that may be producing along these points. Then the idea is, what would this firm choose to do in terms of its production levels? Like, when would it actually decide to enter or exit the industry? At this point, this firm is breaking even. The revenues are actually equal to the total cost. Profit is equal to 0. Let's call this scenario number 1. In scenario number 2, where again I have the entire industry leading to the firm, where then I find my quantity by setting MR equal to MC. Here, if I place the average total cost curve up here, this firm is losing money. The total costs exceed the total revenue. How do I know that? Because my total costs are ATC times Q. My total revenue is price times Q. This right here are my total costs. My total revenue is a much smaller box. I'll try the third scenario. Where again I have demand and supply leading to a situation where the firm is making money. One where the total revenue exceeds the total costs. These are the 3 possible short-run scenarios. All 3 of these are possible in the short run. Now, the question would be is, what is it that happens that, changes this from the short run to the long run? Because again, we're kind of trying to combine entry and exit decisions with the long run equilibrium. And the critical condition is that the firm is able to enter and exit these industries. So, what would happen in scenario number 2 if firms were losing money? Over the long run, firms would exit, either because they've lost money and they have to leave, or because people give up and move to something else. As firms exit, what happens is that the supply curve shifts because you have fewer firms. The supply curve shifts and it raises the price until they break even. Over here, where firms are making money, over the long run, firms enter this industry. As firms enter the industry, it shifts the supply curve to the right, causing the price to be driven down until it reaches equilibrium. So, because firms can enter and exit these industries, it creates a long-run scenario that looks like number one. Number one is both the short-term and the long-term situation for these perfectly competitive firms.